All right, Jerreth Sterns, how you doing today, my man?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Wonderful, man. I really appreciate you joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, most definitely, man. So, for the people that don't know, you currently lead the nation in receptions, yards, and touchdowns. How fun has the season been so far?
It's been a blast, honestly. Just making this move here to Western Kentucky just been a blessing for me, and I've enjoyed every second since I've been here in Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Yeah, one of the first things I wanted to talk to you about was like, how did this whole thing from Houston Baptist kind of happen? Your offensive coordinator Zach Kitley, your quarterback Bailey Zappi, and your brother all played together last year. I find it very fascinating and unique how four guys who were very successful at the FCS level jumped to the FBS and they're dominating instantly. I feel like that experience together is really beneficial. It's just very fascinating to me.
I mean, yeah, like you said, like it's honestly crazy that we all ended up in the same place. Something that you would make up in a movie or something like that. But I think a lot of our success does contribute to the fact that we've uh, been together so long and we've been doing it together so long, and we kind of just know how each other think.
Yeah, is there any like special story on how that happened, or it just was kind of timing, or like did someone make the
So,
first move, or
so it was like over Christmas break last year. Coach Kelly just kind of announced to HBU that he was leaving to go to Western Kentucky, and me and my little brother had already been kind of just contemplating like if we wanted to go try to transfer and go play somewhere bigger. But then Coach Kelly leaving kind of was just like all right, let's just go see if we can go play FBS ball somewhere. And then right when we hit the portal, Coach Kelly called us immediately, and we got a couple other schools looking at us, things like that. But Western Kentucky was like one of the few schools that was recruiting both me and my little brother
mm-hmm.
and Bailey. So we were all three talking like we all want to stay together. So like, why not just go where Coach Kelly's at?
Yeah, that's amazing. What were some of the other schools that are recruiting, or would you not like to disclose that?
No, I can. I mean, I didn't like. I hit the portal that Western Kentucky offered me, and then I committed probably within 2 days, but probably actually within a day. But I was talking to UNT a little bit, Rice a little bit, Texas State a little bit.
Okay, yeah, some of those group of five teams that love to play good offense. UNT specifically seems like they've been a good fit either way. Um, I'd imagine though you're incredibly happy to be at Western Kentucky with these guys. You guys started 1-4, but to really good football teams, you never got blown out. You were in every single game. Two of the
Mm-hmm.
losses were to UTSA and Michigan State, two undefeated teams. So you guys have been it's a bit of a tough schedule so far, but you've ripped off three in a row, got some mojo going. What's kind of the feeling in the locker room now that you guys are starting to rip off some wins?
We always had a positive outlook on it. Like you said, we even when we were 1-4, we knew we were playing really good teams. And like you said, we never really got just blown out. Like we knew we were in every game. It was just little things that weren't letting us get the job done. So I think just recently we've just been playing really good team football, and like defense is helping offense, offense helping defense, special teams playing outstanding. And right now I just feel like we just feel really confident in our locker room.
Yeah, it's a really fun team to watch. I hope you guys can make it to bowl eligibility. It's one of my favorite times of the year. This will be a fun team that a lot of people will get to learn. Um, you know, Another thing I really wanted to kind of touch on, what's it like to have a brother like Caden, who's in the NFL, who was kind of a superstar at Texas? How influential has he been in like your playing career?
Uh, it's honestly a blessing, like just having him go through it. So I kind of like know what to expect a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, he was just I think he was a 4 star coming out, so everyone knew him. He was just kind of, but he's also like just the most humble dude. Like he wouldn't like he doesn't act like one of those like he doesn't act like he's too big time. And like he got drafted with 5th round, and he's still just the most humble dude ever. And like he kind of just talks me through like how NFL practices work and how the agency stuff works and things like that. So just having him there and like having him go through it all is just a blessing for me.
Yeah, another thing, it's just kind of your football career and your life seems just kind of really fascinating. You have a brother who's in the pros. You're looking to do the same thing. You and your beloved teammates are all flourishing together at the same school. How much eligibility is left for you guys? Do you know? I know for yourself, but do you know about your other teammates, Bailey included? Would you guys be back together next year?
This is Bailey's last year, so even if he wanted to come back here, he doesn't have any more years, sadly. And I have
Yeah.
one more year after this one.
Okay. Yeah. Because I wasn't sure because all the eligibility, of last year, everyone kind of got a free year. It was kind of up and down. I saw that he was a senior, but wasn't sure if he could come back or not. So, um, outside of football, though, what do you enjoy most? I know a lot of guys they don't watch football. Like Landon Collins said, he just plays it. Is that something you enjoy doing? Is watching it as well?
No, I like watching football. Like I enjoy it a lot, but I picked up a lot of other hobbies. Like me and a couple of my teammates like to go bowling a lot.
Yeah, that's really fun. I've only did it like once in the last couple of years, but the one time I did, I had a blast. I wish I could do it more.
Yeah.
But who are some of the teams if you watch college or NFL? What are some of the teams and players you kind of admire most?
Uh, I don't really watch like my favorite team is the Saints, but like if I'm watching football in general or I'm trying to like study, I'm watching dudes like Cooper Cup, Edelman, Beasley, them kind of dudes.
Yeah, Cooper Cup, another one of those FCS guys who top receiver in the NFL right now. So it's certainly possible from every single avenue you come from. Having the success
Hmm.
you're having right now is certainly going to stand out. What are some other sports you like to enjoy, though? Are you a boxing or basketball, a baseball fan, perhaps?
I love the NBA Finals, so I'm big in basketball.
Who do you root for in the NBA?
LeBron James.
Hey, me and you both. I got a poster on my wall, got all of his shoes.
Yeah, me too.
Just a great guy. Anytime you tell people you're a LeBron fan, they usually get onto you, bandwagon, this and that. But overall, he's not just a great basketball player, but he's also a great role model, a great person.
Yes,
Everything he
exactly.
does. He's not perfect by any means. I know a lot of people with the last year have thrown a lot of shade towards a lot of celebrities, including LeBron James. But how could you not look up to the guy? A lot of the stuff he
Hmm.
does, absolutely
Exactly.
fascinating. Um,
Hmm.
you know, kind of what are some of your goals for the rest of the year? Is the Blitnikoff something that's on your radar, which goes to the nation's best receiver, or do you just really want to win and have as much fun as possible?
I mean, I have both goals. I have team goals and then individual goals, honestly. But going into the season, I didn't even picture that I was going to be in the Blendikoff race. Honestly, my goal was just to have 1,200 yards, 12 touchdowns, and I'm already almost there with 4 games left. So right now, I'm focused on winning CUSA. That's my first goal, and then obviously, hopefully, just be one of the finalists for the Blendikoff. Hopefully, get a chance to win it.
Yeah, I think it'd be kind of a snub if you were not at least a finalist. These group of five teams don't always kind of get the respect, which I think is a shame. Zay
Yeah,
Jones, I don't know if you know who he was. He had 155 receptions one year, and I don't even think he was a finalist. So the
it's crazy.
respect is certainly not really there. Um, but people like me recognize it for whatever that's worth. We really appreciate watching teams like Western Kentucky go out there and throw it around, have a lot of fun. Um, is the pros something you're looking at, or is it almost a foregone conclusion you will be back next year?
I haven't made my mind up, honestly, and I couldn't answer that question yet.
Yeah, it's always a tough process. Not easy by any means. But again, having a brother who's in the pros, that's going to make it a little easier, I feel like, to make that kind of decision.
Yeah.
What kind of got you started playing football, though? Did it just come naturally, or is there any kind of special scenario that kind of got you involved?
I mean, like my dad played basketball at Baylor, but he always just had us around sports, and my mom's just a big sports person too. But growing up, like I think I turned the TV on one day and I just seen Reggie Bush doing things, and Reggie Bush is really who made me fall in love with football.
Yeah, that for many, he's the reason I'm a USC fan myself today is watching Reggie Bush when I was 5 years old.
Me
Um,
too.
yeah, crazy. We have some things in common here with our favorite athletes. You said you were a Saints fan. Did you happen to catch that Sunday upset on the Bucs? So I guess I wouldn't say it's an upset, but the beatdown of Tom Brady and the Buccaneers.
I picked up the very end of the game and when we got the interception.
Yeah, that's crazy. The Saints had 2 wins last year, came up short in the playoffs. That was one of the teams I first started watching in the pros. I was a Saints fan. I live in Jacksonville, so that's who I root for wholeheartedly. But the Saints, growing up watching Drew Brees, I really enjoyed New Orleans, and it's nice to see them kind of switch the script. They used to be a really strong offensive team. Now they're a really strong defensive team. So it's
Yeah.
been very fun to watch the Saints over the last couple of years.
Yeah, I think what Sean Payton's doing there is honestly incredible. And the defensive coordinator, obviously, but Sean Payton's he's been one of those guys that he's gonna win regardless who he has around him. I mean, obviously having Drew Brees helped him a lot, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, he's a great offensive mind. Are you worried about Jameis Winston being out for the rest of the year with the torn ACL? I think Trevor Siemian, the veteran's going to do fine. I feel like they're going to orchestrate a system that kind of allows him to make plays, get him comfortable
Yeah,
with what he's doing.
I agree. I think we'll be fine as long as Alvin Kamara stays healthy. I think we'll be fine.
Yeah, Alvin
I was hoping,
Kamara. Mm-hmm.
yeah, I was hoping we picked up a receiver before the trade deadline today, but
They had some trade discussions with the Browns about OBJ. That did not end up happening, but at least they gave it a shot. I know they don't have a lot of cap space. They got nice guys in Callaway and Traquan Smith stepping up a receiver. Should be fun once Michael Thomas gets back. I really wish they would draft a receiver though. Over the last 2 drafts, they haven't really attended to do that. They could be so lethal if they added a strong number 2, maybe a Chris Olave out of Ohio State. I don't know if you happen to watch him or not. But
yeah, I do. Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah, and the college football playoff rankings just came out. The team you guys played, the Spartans, they're number 3. What were your thoughts on the Spartans when you played those guys?
I literally told my brother before they played Michigan last week they were going to beat Michigan, and he was arguing with me. I'm like, bro, Michigan State's a really good football team, and obviously when you got dudes like Jaden Reed and Kenneth Walker, it's really hard to stop them. And then their defense got enough stops to give their offense a chance to win the game, and that's what Kenneth Walker did.
Yeah, Kenneth Walker, he's now probably first in the Heisman race. I would say 200-plus yards, 5 touchdowns on a top 10 defense, or a top 10 team, that is. Highly impressive stuff. Do you have a pick for the Heisman, or have you not been paying attention that much? Or do you think, just since you played Walker, you think you're going to give him the respect and say he'll win the award?
Well, I'm biased. I would say Bailey Zappi.
Oh, yeah, I agree with that, yeah. First in passing yards and everything right now.
But, like you said, the group of 5 schools don't really get the love. Because if you just look at the numbers and watch the film, Bailey Zappi always puts us in the right scenario, right situation to win the football game. And I think at the end of the season, when we're sitting 10-4 in Conference USA Championship champions, that everyone's gonna put a lot more respect on his name.
Yeah, that's for sure. Zappi, I think he's first in touchdowns. I know he's in passing yards. When it comes to running the air raid offense, you're gonna have numbers, but you can tell the difference between a numbers guy and an actual good football player who runs the system more than exceptionally. And Bailey does that. I think that'll be all for today, my man. I really appreciate you joining me. Hopefully you guys can get to a bowl game. And if it happens to be in the state of Florida, I will be checking that out. So I'll be in the crowd for that if it ends up happening. Good luck the rest of the year. Really appreciate you joining me.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
No problem, man. Have a good night.
You too.